Hi there, this is Dave Bennett from theme2html.com. It is April 25th, 2017, and I want to give you the progress report on the landing page expansion project because we are almost 2 months in from the time we first launched it, and we are only now really releasing the final draft of this thing to the public because we kept saying, let's do more, let's do more, let's make it better. So let me walk you through real fast, make sure that this comes clear. First thing I want to do is indicate the pleasant surprise. We're starting to get results of people who are testing the ads on Google for campaigns, literally to see what's possible. I'm just going to see if I can walk you through this whole thing really fast, because then I got to take my son over to his base class, and my other son just arrived home. So anyway, here we go. Take a look at this. This is for pest control. And the fellow who got this project, we went ahead and did his project out, and then he ran an AdWord campaign for DID, right, direct inward dialing. And so he went ahead and set this project up just to see what would happen here. So there are networks that'll pay like $7-8 a call, and some will pay more or less, depends on whether you hook up anybody with anyone in particular, like a private company. But check this out. He just wanted to see what's possible. So he set his bid at 25 cents a click and $5 a day. He was just curious what that would turn into. So anyway, check this out. He just went with a particular ad group, okay? Kill Carpenter ads. All 411 keywords in there are based on that, okay? So anyway, he set the max cost per click at 25 cents a click, and Google's saying, okay, that's going to get you around 1,200 clicks out of 96,000 impressions at a total cost of about $117.32. So, you know, they were playing with that budget. Click-through rate, about 1.3%. Now, as much as all of that may sound interesting, here's where the rubber meets the road. Average cost per click is a dime, and the average position is 2 or 3 on the page. You know, add position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the page is 2 or 3. For 96,000 impressions, it's going to be 2 half the time, 3 the other half of the time. Okay. Now let's stop and think about what that's got to mean. Let's try to do any kind of math on this. All right, and just talk about how safe is a project like this to run and to pay for. Okay. Let's say he's paying a dime a click and getting 1,206 clicks out of it, and it's going to cost him whatever. I mean, all this is rounded at some point because they said the cost is 117 bucks. Okay, well, let's think about that. 1,200 clicks. Okay, so let's say that turns into, because this is a call-only campaign, let's say it turns into, well, it's going to be 1,200 calls. Let's say it's going to be 600 good calls. Okay, half, right? Let's say half of the calls are good, the other half are not. If half of the calls are good, and he's getting $7 a call, let's just say, okay, it's 4,200 bucks he makes for that campaign. He could make that in a day at a cost of $117. Okay, it may or may not be that good, but there is so much wiggle room in there. It's insane. So let me try that again. What would it take to even get kind of low on that? Let's say that the company's only going to pay like $4 a call, and only 300, or like 1/4 of the calls are any good. 300 times $4 a call, even that is 1,200, which is literally taking his money and multiplying it by a factor of 10 at that level. Okay, now I'm going to show you what these networks look like, because we don't have to go find these guys. We can just plug into these existing networks. I told you that before. I'm going to show you that. Here's the thing. 10 bucks, or I'm sorry, 10 cents a click is insane, especially if the goal is to get the phone to ring for a company so that the company can take that on right then and there. All right, especially if you're being really specific with the keywords, right? So you're niching right for whatever the issue is. Okay, now let me see if I can walk through this real quick. By the way, that's fascinating. And one more, just to show you another one. Now I'll show you what this looks like in a minute. Here's another campaign we just got approved for, student loans, so we can't wait to see what this is going to be like. Set the budget at $2,000 a day. High quality student campaign. We'll have numbers on that later if we choose to share, but we will with the people who are in, because they're going to be in, and the guys who are in now. Now, let me explain what this is all turning into real quick. You guys have seen this. We've talked about this. The link is right here. If you haven't checked it out, come and check it out. It's worth it. Now, let's see if I can run through this. I got about 10 minutes, 9 minutes. Okay, I'm just going to do a Google search for, pest control in some city in the middle of nowhere. I just chose a city for me. All right, and I saw some guys paying for ads. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 guys paying for ads to be up here. How much are they paying per click? Well, I want to know. So I went to SpyFu because SpyFu tracks this stuff. I said, all right, there's Sunrise Pest, there's Ready National, there's Seattle Pest Control Co., because I'm here, and there's Croach.com. Who would ever call their roach control company Croach? Is that short for control roach? I don't know, control the roaches. So check this out. There's a Seattle one, there's a Ready National, there's the Sunrise Pest, and the Croach. Seattle Pest Control is pushing to be in the #1 spot, probably because they need to. All right, having said that, ads, a lot of the people that are going to click on the ads are just going to click on the ads because already by the time they get down to the first 4, one of these is catching their attention. Having said that, let's take a look at these graphs again. Sunrise Pest. Let me see, some organic traffic, which is good because it helps offset the cost of the ads. About 4% organic clicks, not much. But anyway, they're paying $9 grand to get $1.5 grand worth of pay-per-click, okay, ads. So they're paying something like $8 a click. Okay, they're paying around $8 a click. What are these guys paying? Okay, this is Ready National. They're getting very little organic traffic as well, about 5%. And they know to be in that space up at the top where the AdWords are. This is where all the action is, attention-grabbing headlines in the AdWords at the top of the page. Okay, they've been working their way up that ladder with their investment month by month by month. Still, they're paying $14K for $1.5K in clicks. All right, I mean that's like $10 a click. So what about the next guys? SeattlePestControlCo.com. They don't even know what they're doing. They're all over the board with organic up and down, and they're basically just giving it up. So they're tapping their foot in the water, going, that's too hot or too cold. They just don't. I mean, they need our help. They need anyone's help. Let's see the last guys here. Croach. They had some jogs organically, and I don't know. Maybe they got into a bunch of bad backlinks, and they're just starting to clean that back out. Okay, it can take some months to clear up lots of bad backlinks. We're working with a couple of guys who have that problem now. But look at this in the AdWords side of the house, okay? And still, they're paying like $9.5 a click, okay? They're paying this much to get that many clicks, like $9.5 a click, all right? Now, what does that mean? Let's take a look at some of these sites. Literally, the number of pages on the site, like organically, 77 results for Ready National. So if they're only getting like 102 keywords, okay, for like that many clicks per month, okay, then that's why they've only got like 77 pages total on their entire website. Also is part of the reason they're paying like $8.5 a click or whatever it is they were paying again. Yeah, $10 a click because they don't have much of a website. There's not much there. All right. Now let's take a look at these guys real quick. The Seattle Pest Control Co. 41 pages. No wonder they're all over the board and don't really have much going on. They're just too small. Okay, they don't have much happening at all. And if you look at one of their pages, it helps really explain why they're even having trouble competing at all. This is pretty bad. I mean, there's not much here, but this is pretty old coding. And not connect, well, at least it's got menus, so there's something. Still, they got a small website. Let me see, they got 31 coding errors. Some of these are pretty tough errors. They're resorting to using call tracking metrics. In other words, they're resorting to try to get other guys to bring them leads. They need it. Let me see. Look at their page speed insights, 16 out of 100 on mobile with 2 past rules. Again, lousy scores. Google sees this, and this is why their ads are like $10 each. Okay, that stuff matters. You got to fix that if you're going to compete in AdWords. Now, this is different. This is what we're doing. Our guy, okay, this is his website. If you'll notice, this page is nice and laid out. It's busy on mobile. It looks like this, nice and clean, nice and ready, makes good points, gets right into it, gives you stuff to think about. And even on desktop, it's nice and clean and easy to read. It's got external authority links pointing off the site elsewhere, which is great because Google loves seeing that, wants to see that. so your site doesn't filter or doesn't funnel, but filters. Filtering is much better for rank. We'll take care of this. We'll take care of that. There's a phone number. You can go through these things. And on a mobile, that's cool. It's super easy to see what you're doing there on a mobile. Okay. Again, the phone number. Never forget the phone number in the end. And go on. And we got video. We close it out. But then we even have more. We're going to go over the stuff, maybe dealing with the city. And we've got all these attention-grabbing headlines pointing at other pages on the site and or off. Depends on what we want to do. Pest control videos down here. Okay. There's more value all the way down the page, and then we explain where we provide services, and we got our sitemap links, and we've got links to other things, including ourselves. But the point is, you've got internal links, external links. The internal links interweave throughout the entire production. How many pages are in this production? If I want to click on one of these, I get another page for a particular city like Calais, Maine. Okay. And that particular page, like how often do we reference that city? C-A-L-A-I-S. 24 times on the page. Okay, 24 times. We talk about it in here. We get down into the pests. We get down into it in here. You can see by the yellow. Okay, in here. So we're absolutely making sure to do that. And we get all the way down to Calais City information and pest removal articles. And we have information for the city. And articles that we're interweaving with the city, because why not? It can apply. Read more about Calais, Maine here, and that's an external authority link to, somewhere good, Britannica. Okay. What about anything else? There's more links in here pointing in and out. Visit the best Calais web developers. Of course, guess who that is? That's us. There you go. It's pretty big. So how big is this? I want to point that out. This is that project sitemap. Okay, there is over 5,000 pages in here, and every page has over 2,600 words of quality on target information. So if you say, well, I wonder if that's good for Google, let me remind you, that is this project. That is the results the guy's getting for that website. Okay, that is the website that's producing this 10 cents average cost per click for call-only ads, which is huge because it's way cheaper than you would ever guess. I mean, even call-only ads are normally going to be running like $2 a click, but this is a dime. This is really something else. And so you can outcompete everyone with a project like that. You can take it nationwide and you can benefit whoever you want. Now, we've done this for other industries, all right? So we've got it going on for distressed homes. Okay, do it for distressed homes. Again, we got the phone numbers, right? Different phone numbers because they got to point in different places for different people. And we've got the individual cities all the way through. So again, it comes through and it's doing whatever it needs to do. It's the front page, so it's not talking about a particular city. It's nationwide. Then all the rest of the pages go in for very specific cities. We got links to each of the projects down here. They all point into whatever pages of the site. Again, and you can tell all the information's different verbiage, different explanation, but that's perfectly fine. We have sitemaps for each state. Those of you that want to hop in, you can harness a state. All right, we'll let you have that territory and you get your breakdown, hierarchical sitemap. Google loves these things. And yes, do we have schema on the pages? View source, view page source, Control F, S-C-H-E-M-A. Absolutely, we have schema on the page. We have 2 sets of schema and it's clean. Okay, passes structured data testing tool. Then we've got one for student loan consolidation. Remember that whole student loan consolidation approved $2,000 a day? To kick that off, that's this project here. Okay, and again, massive sitemap, over 5,000 pages involved in this run. Okay, now if you were talking about how do these things even pay, let's take a look at how these things look. Let's say I was going to look up the pest guys. Okay, so if we look, just to see what's here in the list, right? Check that out. Pest removal. Okay, home services, $7 to $8 a call. Okay, and if we hop in there to see what that's like, okay, here's kind of the idea. This campaign is looking for homeowners who are in need of local pest control expert. They take all sorts of infestations and will eliminate bugs, both big and small. All right. And they go through some notes, basically tell you don't do all the other stuff you shouldn't do. There's some things you can do. Having said that, you can absolutely use AdWords. You can absolutely go organic. You know, it's common. Okay, check this out. They run from Monday through Sunday, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. all times in Eastern, right? Eastern times, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern. And they target callers from the whole U.S., okay? And then there's a bonus if you go for any of these areas in Florida or this particular, well, Texas, a particular state. So, publisher payout, the base pay is $7 per call if the call is during business hours and the phone call lasts at least 2 minutes and it's in the region, right? It's from the area they want, which is anywhere in the US. All right. So as long as it's not Canada, cool. So whenever you do AdWords, you make sure to run your AdWords to match. The AdWords should only run from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Sunday. They should only target people in the US, not Canada. Okay. You can specify very specific pages you would set up for these particular cities. Again, remember those long sitemaps? That's so that we have pages for each individual city if we want to create them and target them specifically. I could go to any other city in Florida and change the city name to one of these city names. And now I have a page that perfectly matches that city. This is the right way to go. So then the bonus is an extra buck if the call is in one of these regions here for the bonus. Okay? Nothing else really required. Easy to apply to the campaign, get approved, and then just submit a creative, get that approved. Creative meaning landing page. We'd submit our landing page, get that approved, and then off we go. So what does that do? That gets us right back to how many phone numbers, because when we run the phone numbers out, they can be different phone numbers depending on, for instance, if I come back out of Utah, now that you saw the phone number there, like take a look at the phone number here for Utah, right? It's an 801 phone number. It's Salt Lake City. That's the area code. But if I come back out of there and go somewhere else, then we're probably going to have like a Virginia Beach phone number, right? Why do you think that would be? That's so that as people get the projects and they're pitching in, we can set phone numbers for them for each location. And we can, that way, different people can get credit for the calls coming in through their territory, right? So, what I want to say, oh, schema, I was already talking about that. And these pages are really good, huge, long, high quality pages, again, replete with information, great, quality scored. They already got approved, and we're going to start running them out and seeing how well we do. Got phone numbers on them. They rotate through this project. Different phone numbers rotate, so it's just different people co-oping, sharing the results of the project. Okay. Again, the student or the sitemap. That's what I was talking about before. Apply new campaigns. All right, check this out. Aside from the pest, what else do we have? Student loans, right? Sure enough, up to 22.5 per qualified call. Okay. For debt relief, literally student loans. All right. What about student loan consolidation, student loan forgiveness, student loan debt relief? What about, what was the other one? Distressed homes. All right. For those of you who understand that, because those are the three things I've been showing you so far. Distressed mortgage solutions, $21 a call. Okay. And this campaign is designed to assist customers who are late paying their mortgage payments and facing foreclosure, or for callers who owe more than their mortgage is worth. It's exactly the kind of productions we're putting up here, guys. This is what all this stuff is for, okay? So that we can match it out. On a mobile phone, perfect, awesome, crystal clear, no questions asked, as seen in US News, Washington Post, etc. And that, of course, applies to the entire industry, right? That's what it is. They're saying, we're here, we can help you, all right? So there you have it. That's the whole concept. So with that in mind, all these things and how they work and where they run, all US, Monday to Friday, 12 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern, $21 if the call is in region and during hours. And if it's at least a minute and a half long and somebody pressed 1 on the way there, if you would like help with your student loan debt, press 1. Beep, or if you're a new person calling about your student loan, press 1. beep. There you go. Now, this is how the tracking looks. We got a bunch of phone numbers for different projects, forwarding them through in order to collect who's got what credits where on the way to where they need to go. Okay, and we have literally just kicked this thing off. All these guys are getting approved for the first time now and staring at shock at the quality of their pages and thinking, oh my gosh, you know. So there's just a couple of calls came in through here, a couple through there, 3 through there. We're literally just starting this off. So what I want to say is this. We are on 3 massively powerful projects right now. We're going to add more, and we're going to keep compiling to the backlinking network as we keep adding in sites. We got another like 25 we're doing in specific industries. That information is still being gathered to do them. These projects are live, and those of you who want to become a part of that, you should become a part of that so that you can get interwoven into the structures we put out with it. There's 2 ways to go about it. If you go to theme2html.com/streamlined.html, you can get into it as a co-ownership project. Those of you who got into that, this is what we decided to do with you, because you started already saying, gosh, I can't wait till one day I can get into the LPE. We said, all right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to co-ownership you into that. Why? Helps raise cash for AdWords, for new domain names, from auctions, expired domain names, for the kind of research that goes into the domains, that goes into the keywords, that goes into money for extra copywriting so that we can have unique presentations on different landing pages that we produce with the builder. Get in, get going, and what will happen is you'll scroll down and you can just say, if you have a preference when you fill this out, because most of this stuff doesn't apply the way we put it here anymore, because we're ahead of that now, and you're going to want to just go with us where we're going, okay? Because it's better. It's just better. So if you were to do this, then you would scroll down, fill out your name, your email, your state, and your country, you know, for our accounting, because we're registered here in Washington State, and we have to have that information. What is the new domain? You could just put, please choose for me. What industry is this for? Right now, if you're doing this as a co-ownership project on one of those, you can put down student loans, you can put down distressed homes, or you can put down pest control, and we'll work with that, okay? Because that's the point of this co-ownership, is that we don't have to start from complete scratch. We already have gotten a ways into this. We have huge builders with lots of elements, so we can continue the development that way. It's less expensive by far than starting at the very bottom. So just fill in that much, really, and go ahead and buy it. It's $800, and if you get it, then there you go. You could do a split payment on it if you want, but it's a little more expensive. So there's not really a point to that, because these 3 industries, we're already doing them now. We're just inviting you to hop on that gravy train now. I mean, it's insane when you can get 10 cents a click, right? 10 cents a call, 4 calls that are paying 22.5 out, or 8 out, or whatever. It just depends on your flavor. Do you want pest control? Do you want student loans? Do you want distressed homes? If you really don't know what you want, just put choose for me, and we'll decide. It really depends for us on where we feel like allocating resources next, because we're interweaving the productions, because we can. We're going to want more expired domains to filter through this whole process. We're going to want more AdWords cash. We're going to want more organic reach. All these things cost money. So the seed money, when you're pitching in, will help you out. So if you do get your own project, we will get you your own phone number, and you will earn literally on your own strength from what we're doing for you, okay? So just so you know, all this stuff right here, you're going to be part of this. You're going to have your own phone number. We're going to be able to look up your reporting at the end of the month and see exactly who gets what, okay? All this stuff is happening now. We're figuring out how to make it better. We're figuring out how to make the websites better. You're going to want to come along this ride. This is the best stuff we've ever put out, and we're just poised for crazy growth, okay? I just had a client wants to fly me and my family out to walk around his plant with him, get to understand it better for a couple of days and hang out and chat, so that when we come back, we can open up like 25 large projects for him specifically. For his one company in what, 12 or 13 states. So this stuff, this is no joke. This is how you want to go. Now, if you want to get your own project completely from scratch, you want to have your own builder, you want to be capable of going your own way or working with us, up to you, or both, then go to the LPE.html. You wind up with your own builder, with your own unique content, with your own everything, okay? And you're capable of making unlimited landing pages and running them up the ladder. Those of you that want to do that, you can do that here. And so if you pick that up and scroll down, you can place the order here, and that's $24.95. It's pricier, but that's because that is a lot of work. Those builders, we have 100 elements to create for you. That's 100. We have to do all the imagery, the background, the structure, the facing, and then we have to go in and do HTML validation checks at the very end and page speed maximization, element by element by element for the whole builder, so that you can mix and match great web pages over and over again, as many as you want. That way you can put up several and test them next to each other to see which ones have the best converting headlines and which ones have the best converting call clicks. That way we can take the best headlines, the best call clicks, and create the best landing page formats. What's really good about that? Do that first to get the best layout, the best converting approach before you go organic. That way when you do create the organic pages, it's based on the best of several different productions. Those of you who are climbing in with us, you're going to just continue to ride with us. We already kind of overrode what we were doing in the last program to bring you up. All you guys who invested in the co-op, you're in this. And as we go forward from here, we're just going to keep moving. All the guys who are keeping up with us and staying interested in what we're doing, all you guys who are involved, one way or another, you're coming with us as we bring you forward until just everyone's making a lot of money and knows how to keep playing. This is right at the point of being a cash cow. It's very possible that a lot of people are going to have a lot of money just in the next few days just from kicking on these campaigns, okay? And for anything that we haven't mastered yet, if we're still in the sort of test the headlines versus the click-through phases, we will straighten that out, okay, just to maximize it. But what we do know is Google's approving those pages. Those pages are highly convertible, and we know that the costs are really, really low compared to the industry. Imagine they're paying $2 a click and you're paying a dime a click. Who do you think is going to win? Okay, that is the kind of thing that we can do. All right, I've got other videos coming out. I've got a lot of stuff to throw at you that's really important to explain. But this is it. This is really important. If I were you, I'd get in now. Get in before we raise the prices, because whenever we get going, that'll happen. Be on the inside by then so you own part of the projects. And if you're thinking, well, I don't have any money for AdWords, you don't need to care. When we run these productions out, we are running them out and submitting the sitemaps to Google Webmasters. We have like one more run through to do with the projects in order to add in Google Analytics tracking and stack counter tracking. And then we are literally ready. So we're going to submit the sitemaps. So we're going to get organic hits. There's going to be a lot of organic traffic. So when you're looking back at these SpyFu charts where these guys are not getting organic traffic to offset their costs, right? They're relying almost purely on AdWords so that it's expensive for them. Not for us. And if we take over, we can come back to these guys, and there's a lot that we can do to either help them out or elbow them out of the way. Those who want to keep up with us and those who don't. They're either going to fall off the grid or they're going to join us one way or another, or they're going to buy outright. There's all these things that we can do with these projects, and that's why you want to be a part of it and keep growing with this development, because it's cutting edge. Performance marketing, the pay-per-call industry, it's relatively new. The more videos you watch on that, the more you're going to see that. But these guys, these companies are willing to pay already. They'll drop dimes for anybody else to get leads to them because it saves them the hassle. I think it makes sense. So there you go. Get in, get going. I'm looking forward to see you on the inside, either theme2html.com/streamlined.html, or if you want your whole production yourself, theme2html.com/LPE for landing page expansion, LPE, LPE.html, all lowercase. All right, I'm looking forward to getting you guys on a roll. Thanks a lot for watching. This is Dave Bennett signing off.